Thank you. We now move on to the Distinguished Fellows, the ISSA Distinguished Fellows nominations for this year, and I turn it over to David Vaughn.
Having fully met the requirements on behalf of Independent ISSA Fellows Committee and ISSA International Board of Directors, it is my distinct privilege to introduce to you the new class of ISSA International Distinguished Fellows. They are Michael F. Angelo, Steve Chan, and Sean Murray. Of our first Distinguished Fellow of the Year is Michael Angelo. He was the chair of ISSA International webinars for the first 12 years. Michael leads communications and the website for South Texas chapter. In addition to his significant work with ISSA, Michael demonstrates significant contributions and has received recognition in the cybersecurity world. He has 56 granted patents, and a vast majority being in security. According to nominator Bill Delangenis, I always mess up his name, Michael's outstanding contributions to industry over the past 40 years exemplifies a career of continuous learning, performance, and giving back. Nominator Joanne Ashland cites his activity in security community since the 1980s, leading almost 20 international, national, or regional organizations. Michael was the 2011 ISSA Security Professional of the Year and has received numerous accolades and recognition over the years. I give you Michael Angelo.
Wow, for once I'm finally speechless. Okay, so y'all know me, I'm never speechless. I'd like to take this time to actually thank Joanne Ashland and Bill DeAngelis for their recommendations and nominations. Joanne for being a constant nudge to get me to do things. And of course, I'd like to thank my wife for never being afraid, no matter what I tell her is going on with cybersecurity. And thank you very much. I really appreciate this honor.
Thank you, Michael, and congratulations again. Steve Chan has been the VP of Membership for the Central Maryland chapter for over 10 years. He's also a member of the ISSA National Capital and Northern Virginia chapters. He actively participates in annual month-long Maryland STEM Festival. Steve dedicates time to mentor young people and junior professionals. Steve's nominator, William Smith Jr., points out that Steve was ranking security expert for 3+ years at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs program that used a shared service center model that was deployed at an external vendor site, rather than an internal government data center, while still maintaining FISMA high security at a significantly reduced cost. This is a first. Everyone can learn from Steve's attention to detail. That's got to be pretty challenging. Steve has dedicated his career to continuous learning and always offering guidance and helping those coming behind. Let's hear it for Steve Chan.
Thank you very much. It's quite an honor to receive this award. Would like to thank Bill Smith, president of the Central Maryland chapter, who nominated me. Scott Bender, the president of the ISSA National Capital chapter. Bud Roth, president of the ISSA Northern Virginia chapter. And Alex Groman, past president of the Northern Virginia chapter, as well as being a current member of the ISSA International Board. These various friends of mine have worked together with the rest of the board of director members of each chapter to co-host the Mid-Atlantic quarterly meetings, which allows a superior presentation to be made to the members of all 3 chapters, and enables us to work as a cohesive group. Again, thank you very much for the award, and thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve, and congratulations again. Sean Murray from the Colorado Springs chapter rounds out our list of distinguished fellows for this year. In addition to significant work in his chapter, Sean is elected to the International Board of Directors in 2016 and 2018. In 2019, he stepped up to an officer role as COO and secretary. Sean shares his expertise, has had 58 speaking engagements over the past 11 years, including multiple ISSA Global webinars. He shares hosting responsibilities for the new Cyber Frontier podcast with over 40,000 listeners. Sean's nominator, Alex Wood, recognizes Sean's leadership in the industry through pushing for education and change. Dr. Murray was cited by Pam Fusco in her nomination of him since he served on the international board with him for a number of years. He demonstrated mentorship and humility, making him a fine addition to the Distinguished Fellow ranks. We have Sean Murray.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, David. You know, one of the things that we say when we've reached that pinnacle of our careers, we're not really building a resume for ourselves anymore. We're building resumes for others. That's where that mentorship comes in. And the leadership aspect of it is not to recognize what you're contributed anymore, but to be recognized by your peers in your industry is very, very significant. And it means a lot to me. I thank Alex for the nomination, Pam Fusco, who also serves on our board as our Chief Financial Officer. Awesome support from my chapter out there in Colorado Springs at First Friday event. Thank you for all of the support, and thank you to the International Board.
Congratulations again to all of our new distinguished fellows.